Hi, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. I'll just take another moment to share my screen. Okay, hope my screen is visible too. Okay, yeah. So today we are continuing the same IS 104, which is quality control in occupational safety and health and environment. So today we are going to discuss on plant and equipment safety appraisals as well as control techniques. Okay. Yeah. So first of all, we'd like to understand why these safety appraisals are required and what is the necessity or what are the benefits which we can get by doing these appraisals. So basically, to appraise means it is creating a value on the safety appraisal. Therefore, it includes all the ways and means to measure and indicate the value of any plant, machinery, process, method, exposure, etc. So basically, we will measure the performance of the plant, performance of the machinery, or the process, method, and exposures. How people are exposing in terms of their individual and also total safety, effectiveness, performance, maintenance, and control techniques. We'll see how the machineries are working. We see how the plant is performing. We see how safe our process. We see how our methods are safe to execute. So basically, this is the first step of any safety organization in its uh, much forward accident or loss prevention program. So this is the first activity where the organization has to take up to take as a loss prevention. When we say loss prevention, here we could see both the human loss as well as property or reputational losses. Now we'll see what are the different types of safety appraisals. So here we talk about few. So one is qualitative appraisal, quantitative appraisals. Then we have preventive appraisal. A corrective appraisal includes corrective maintenance. Okay. Then we'll have safety appraisal system. We'll talk about further. Okay. Number one, a qualitative appraisal. So it is carried out to find the area where a safety improvement is necessary. It includes techniques of inspection, audit, review, analysis, study, etc. So when I say qualitative, I already given an example previously. When if already people are experienced in the organizations, they would have seen risk assessments. They would have seen risk matrix. There we quantify the risk in two ways. One is a qualitative way, and the other way is quantitative way. When I say qualitative way, we say a low risk, medium risk, high risk, or extreme, or very high. In other way, quantitative, we say if it is the risk priority number, we use or risk number. There is a different nomenclatures. the organizations used to have the risk priority number or risk number. If it is 0 to 5, okay, low risk, or 5 to 15, or medium, or 15 to 25, it is high risk. That is the difference between qualitative and quantitative indication of the risk. Just an example. So here the qualitative appraisal means where we look for safety improvements is necessary. So where the safety is need to be taken to the next level, where the systems are not up to the mark, or where the controls are not clearly defined, or the controls are not at all which are present. So we used to identify those areas by what? By doing inspections. So inspections also we have covered in IS 102, regular inspections, general inspections, or legal inspections, periodical inspections, even walkthroughs, then audits. So audits also, there are different types of audits will be there. Again, it is organization specific. They do, we know as per ISO we have internal audits and external audits. Apart from that, even cross functional teams, they does their audits. Even cross functional units, they will perform the audits. Okay, then reviews, reviews on HIRA, reviews on procedures, etc., and they will analyze the results. Then they do a study. The study in the sense, as I mentioned, HAZOP, that is one of the study on their process, to see the deviations and also to have the safety improvements which are necessary. For exclusive purpose of the safety, the previous approval of the plant and building machinery layout, safety measures provided and to be provided or required under the Factories Act or rules or for this objective. So what we do, they do definitely this study for exclusively for the safety, not for production. This analysis completely focuses on safety improvement. So based on the previous approvals of the plant. So maybe if you go for an extension of the plant, or if you go for machinery layout, and also the safety measures provided previously, whether those are meeting the requirement or not, or is there any new amendments in the legal requirement. So those kind of stuff will be covered in this. The next one is a quantitative appraisal. Uh, just a second, please. Okay. And next one is quantitative appraisal. So this method is for computing accident frequency, severity, incidence rate, and their index rate, and also as we studied previously, we have seen the equations, how to calculate frequency rate, severity rate, incident rate, etc. When we say frequency rate, here you will come with a number. So the result is mentioned, the result is quantified. You're able to quantify it. You're able to give a number to this result. Then it has become a quantitative analysis or quantitative appraisal. So when here the frequency rate is useful in the comparison of safety performance of different units in a given time. So how this will be used? So if you have multiple units in your facility, or sometimes we can use, you have only one unit, your organization is small, so even you can use this frequency rate calculation within the departments also. For example, production department, you can do comparison between production, maintenance, quality, R&D, HR, stores, etc. While the severity rate is useful in the comparing of safety performance of same unit in different periods. So different periods in the sense, for example, 2004 or 2005, 2025, 2024, 2023, how the performance of the plant. Frequency rate will be comparing between two different units or different departments. Severity rate can be comparison for the same unit at the different periods. Even the severity rate also can be done for the same department for the different periods. In 2024, how many incidents or happened in the maintenance? In 2025, how many accidents? In 2023, how many accidents? So this can be utilized. The significance and utility of such injury rates are explained as details. Okay, fine. And next one is a preventive appraisal. So it includes maintenance before any accident occur. So as we know, a preventive action or corrective action. So when we say corrective action, so the actions are taken once the incident has occurred. So once you the lessons learned, then you have implemented horizontal deployment. I mean to say that horizontal deployment. So you have explained the lessons to your colleagues or your other rest of the units. So they have taken the action. For them, it is a preventive action. For us, where the accident is happened, for them that is corrective action. So when I say preventive appraisal, so here we are taking the preventive maintenance before any accident occurs. One is a plant safety samplings. We do safety surveys, fault analysis, risk analysis, hazard, hazon studies, even safety inventories, and system safety, safety standards, safety permit system, safety tag and lockouts, and safety stewards. When you say safety stewards, we'll have standby persons and even fire watch and manhole watch all will come under safety stewards or safety representatives also. These all people are used for this purpose, and inspection by the plant personnel safety officer, safety experts, and also factory inspectors must be utilized for this objective. So we can use safety experts. Even I can recommend we can take the area owners also for this activity to make it more effective. Then corrective appraisal. So it is opposite to the preventive appraisal. It includes corrective maintenance after any accident takes place or any defect. So when I say correction, the word itself it indicates okay, we are doing something because of something has happened. We are correcting it, we are repairing it, we are correcting it. Okay, when we say crack, corrosion, wear and tear, any incident detected, if such damage, injury, evaluation, and also repairing is not carried out, it will continue the interruptions of activity and ill effects on health and safety. Accident investigation, analysis, identifying the key facts, accident potential and causes, application of remedy, corrective actions are carried out for this objective. So for appraising this corrective appraisal, what are the various techniques we use? We use accident investigation, accident analysis, identifying the key facts. So when I say key facts, it is nothing but the root cause of the accident or even potential causes. Then application of remedy. So application of remedy means applying or implementing the corrective actions. Okay, that is corrective appraisal. And safety appraisal system. So when we say safety appraisal system, it is a system, method, or practice or procedure to measure the safety performance or standards for the purpose of evaluating its effectiveness and reliability, to find out the drawbacks or deficiency if any, and also suggest safety measures to raise its safety values. Safety appraisal system includes many techniques, measurements, and control. It is desirable to adopt in a regular practice of plant safety inspections, safety audits before any accident occurs. So when I say appraisal system, it's all about your verifying, you are checking your plant performance. When I say safety appraisal system, it is not for safety department how the department is performing. It means okay, जो safety department inspection कर रहा है क्या, जो investigation कर रहा है क्या, housekeeping को safety वाले बता रहे हैं कि नहीं. So they will be thinking so many things. So always in plants, the safety team looks everybody okay. They are just spenders. Means there is no use from safety department. That is a general uh, judgment the people used to have, because they see us okay, these guys are simply roaming here and there. They won't feel that we are working. They always see us, they're just roaming here and there, time pass. So it is always we should be more productive, and we should able to showcase what are the activities we have done. That's where we used to conduct safety committee meetings. That's where we used to make annual calendars. That's where we used to give the status to the top management, number of trainings, inspections, audits conducted, closing status. Okay, all these things comes in for the appraisal. So as I said, we have IS 14418, where we have a huge checklist. If I'm not wrong, I think we have covered this. So where we can able to see all the aspects, we can assess the performance or the condition of the safety systems in our plant. Apart from this, we have ISO 45000 as well, occupational health and safety management system, where it takes care of implementation of safety management systems. Okay. So for measurement of injury, we'll have frequency rate, severity rate, and incident rate as we've seen. The safety activity rate and total cost of the accident is in a quantitative appraisal system. So as we seen, all these are quantitative. Why it is quantitative? The end result is a numeric number. So it is quantitative. So when we say qualitative systems, as we seen in our previous slides also, it includes statutory safety approvals as well, inspections, checklists and follow-up actions, design and construction, process and product safety, safety checks and the standards, mission guarding, housekeeping, chemical safety, engineering controls, use of safety devices, safety surveys and safety samplings. All this will comes in qualitative. Even hazard and risk detection, measurement and assessment of control techniques, safety studies or safety tour. So I think these safety tour is very familiar with the people. So they used to go for just in a safety walk or safety tour. Generally, they don't have any specific agenda. So during the tour, if they found any non-compliance or unsafe actions or unsafe conditions, they used to note it down and they trying to correct it. Then safety trainings and observation plans. Observation plan is nothing but again safety observations. Again, it is differ from organization to organizations how they will call it as damage or loss control, job safety analysis (JSA), critical incident technique that we'll cover, fault tree analysis. We have seen HAZOB and HAZON. HAZOB also we have covered. This is hazard analysis. Hazard means it is nothing but hazard analysis, nothing else. And safety inventory. So inventory again, safety inventory in the sense it will covers everything. So there are process materials, there are hazardous materials, how much inventory you are keeping, and system safety and circuit approach to safety, permits, total loss control, safety steward schemes, plant safety inspections, checklist, and also safety recommendations and complaints, investigation, fact finding, analysis, report writing, etc. Maybe some of the things you would have seen repeated, or some of the techniques or the things which will give the same output. These are the qualitative safety appraisal systems. Now we'll see a damage control, one of the safety appraisal system. So basically, when I say the damage itself it will given a hint. Okay, something went wrong. Something has no useful. Once it is got damage. Damage means the severity of injury or
Sir, excuse
physical,
me, sir.
functional, or monetary loss. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, a slide is not moving to for your lesson, sir.
Okay. Uh,
Now, okay.
just a
Now, okay,
second.
sir. Now, okay,
I'm
sir.
in slide number 9, damage control.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Maybe some internet lag, it seems. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, damage control. When we say damage, the severity of injury. So what is mean by severity? How extent he got injured. అంటే ఎలా చెప్పుకోవచ్చు, ఒక మనిషి ఎంత తీవ్రంగా గాయపడ్డాడు. సో ఏదైనా ఒక ప్రమాదం జరిగినప్పుడు, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వి అజ్యూమ్ బైక్ యాక్సిడెంట్. సో ద రైడర్ ఈజ్ హ్యావింగ్ helmet, who is sitting in the back, he is not having helmet. So when I say severity of injury, who is having with the helmet, he'll have less severity. Who is having without a helmet, his injuries are severe. It means the impact or the consequences of an accident, or physical or functional or monetary loss. So physical means uh, damage to the property. Functional means or the performance of an equipment. Monetary, the result of these losses that could result if a control of hazard is lost. So when damage happens, if you are losing control on the hazard. So if you take in a bike accident, what is the hazard? There are n number, maybe over speed, that is in a hazard, or the interruption, for example while you are riding on a bike, any animal intervention, that is also a hazard, or people intervention is also a hazard, or somebody coming in the back and they are hitting you, that is also a hazard. So if you are not having control, so control in the sense, sometimes we used to tempt with the people who speeds up by seeing us, we will also uh, get unbalanced, then we will also increase our speed. So always there is a sentence, speed thrills but it kills. So always remember this as an example, you are riding on a road. So with the other example in industries, if your controls are not functioning, for example I'll take in a reactor, so where the SRV, safety relief valve, which is set at 2 kg pressure, so it is not functioning well. The reactor built up a pressure up to 10 kg per centimeter square, then it got blasted. Then that is a damage. So here, a loss of control means, so there is a, we know the hazard, we put in a control, but the control is not functioning well, resulting it become a damage. Okay. So damage control is directly concerned with the protection of machinery, materials, and the manufactured goods, assets from accidental loss within the factory. Indirectly, it is concerned with money asset and manpower asset. Indirectly, it is concerned with the money asset and also manpower asset. Directly, it is connected to the machineries because that is in a damage. Material, that is in a damage. The goods which you are produced, your products, that is in a damage. Therefore damage problem should be a property recognized to prevent all accident causing damage to plant, machineries, equipment, tools, building and other property, a loss of quantity or quality of materials during the storage, handling and transportation, a delay to process, function or activity due to need of a repair or replacement. Okay, therefore the problem of damage control should be property recognized to prevent all accident causing from damage to the plant, equipments and machineries, loss of quantity and or quality of your materials while storing. So even there is no accident happened, but still you had an over inventory, you have not seen it properly, you didn't have FIFO system, FIFO, first in first out, the input raw materials got expired, so that is also a damage. Then delay in process, function or activity due to repair or replacement, even this is also makes a damage to your reputation. How it is linking? Your delay in process, you are not able to restart your process because of your equipment got damaged. It needs to replace some parts due to you are not able to produce on time, and also you are not able to deliver your products on time to your customers. So there is a damage of your reputation. So we'll see the benefits of damage control scheme. So if you do on a proper controls, what will the benefit you will get? Reduction in potential accidents, and also a chance of injury accidents, reduction in severe injuries, production delays, and the cost of maintenance, then detection of unsafe conditions and unsafe actions which may contribute to injuries, increase of quality control, profit importance, and also status of safety organization, awareness of supervisors and management to control property damage, also suggestions of remedial measures to prevent the reoccurrence. These are the various benefits we can get from the damage control. Now we'll see what are the steps to introduce a good damage control program in our organizations. Okay, I'll just check is there any message for me. Fine. So one is spot checking. So includes visiting repair centers, making observations, and taking notes. Maybe in organizations they may do on a different way or different wording. And damage reporting and investigation. So all unplanned or unintended happenings likely to cause personal injury must be reported by the workers and supervisors to management. Such causes should be properly investigated and corrected. Such cases should be properly investigated and corrected, not properly investigated and corrected. It is simple that in case of any accident or incident happen, it has to be reported. Okay, then it has to be investigated and corrected. That's all. Then damage costing and auditing. I have seen in my experience. So the safety department is only focus on the human related injuries or incidents. They won't do any investigation on the property damages. I don't know. I mean, other organizations. I have seen one two organizations. The department majorly focuses on only the cost which is incurred on the hospital expenses, then other expenses or compensation paid. They won't see the cost which is involved uh, from that accident to the machinery or any production delay, etc., etc. Mostly we'll be focusing on people related accidents. So when we say damage, costing and auditing, the cost of repairs arising out of accidental damage must be marked by D, and also accounted for. Their records must be maintained. So in case of any accident which is involved any damage to the machinery or property, it has to be recognized. Otherwise, where you are going to be accounted that? Maybe sometimes what will happen, safety department will takes care of the human cost, which is nothing but as I mentioned, uh, hospital expenses or compensation. Maintenance department will takes care of equipment or this cost. If you have different systems, it is fine. If you are not having such systems, then you should incorporate in the safety investigations itself, so that there we can uh, collaborate with the maintenance team to investigate such cost. Then accounted for D, and also their records must be maintained. A full-time damage control inspector can audit all work orders, conduct regular inspections, spot checking, and also repair centers and analyzing damage cost factors. So there will not be any full-time damage controller. So only the safety head will be the who will be monitoring all these cases. When we say cost severity rate, it is equal to total cost of the accidents into 1 million divided by total production man hours. So here we will get the cost, the severity, how severe is these cases. Okay. I have not seen any companies which are there doing such damage control or this thing. So they simply account the cost of or repair cost or maintenance cost, etc. And next one is total loss control. This is also one of the safety appraisal system where you can implement. So this concept is for accident prevention. When applied to prevent human injuries only, it is called injury prevention or control. When it is applied to control a property, which is nothing but machinery, materials, and manufactured goods, or damage losses only, it is called damage control. When we say damage control, there it is focuses on only on properties. When we say total loss control, here it focuses on combinedly. Here they takes care of injury, I mean human losses, as well as they see the property as well, machinery losses as well. So when it is applied to a control, the human injuries and property damage losses, both are also extended to include injuries and property damage to society or surroundings. It is called total loss control, TLC. Even society or surroundings, society in the sense, as we take an example, whenever any accident happens, the consequences which is extending beyond your boundary, then the society involves, then it will be offsite emergency. A total accident control or total injury control, when this concept of total loss control is applied or achieved by means of engineering controls, it is known as total loss prevention. So by applying engineering control, if you ask somebody ask me what is the best control, which is engineering control is the best control in hazard hierarchy triangle. What is the hazard hierarchy control? Anybody? Hazard hierarchy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Hariram.
Elimination, substitution,
Okay.
engineering control, administrative control, and PPE.
Yes. Perfect. Pramit Nayak. Yeah. Thanks. So when we say hazard hierarchy controls, so we always look for elimination. If you are not able to eliminate, we'll go for look for substitution. So I'll take a chemical as an example. So you are using a very highly hazardous chemical or dangerous chemical, which is very harmful to the humans who is handling that chemical. But your customer requirement is something else where he need that the same quality of material. So then I look for other alternative chemical which is less hazardous comparing with my previous chemical, but the output quality will not change. That is a substitution. Then I didn't have any substitution option. There is no chemical which can replace the, the quality of my product. Then I'll go for engineering controls. So where I can put sensors in case of any leakage. There I put detection systems. There I put auto controls. Even there I put automation of process. No human intervention in my process. Completely it is a DCS control, digital control systems. Then I'll have emergency alarm or shutdown systems. Then I have administrative controls where I'll educate my employees about this chemical. So I'll give an training programs. I'll display the safety signages and what are the do's and don'ts with this chemical or while handling this chemical or while handling this process. Then I do apply supervision also. I'll allot some supervisors to monitor these processes. And last control is PPS. Apart from all this, if guards go crazy, all the systems are not functions are not functioned well. To safeguard my people, I give PPS, personal protective equipments. When all my controls get failure, so at least the PPs can give a chance to escape from the immediate vicinity of the accident. So always PPs are not advised as a preventive or ultimate remedy for the hazard. It's just reduce the consequences of an accident, or I mean to say that the severity of the hazard. It will not eliminate the hazard. It will only protect us somewhat. It will reduce the severity of the hazard. Okay, good. Let's come back to the this thing. Yeah, when you apply
सर
all this, sorry, yeah,
सर ये
somebody.
लास्ट ये था ये हेलो सर
हाँ हरिराम.
सर वो बिहेवियर कंट्रोल से भी कुछ उसका ये हो सकता है सर वो भी एक एग्जांपल होता है कि लास्ट में पीपीस के बाद बिहेवियर कंट्रोल भी बहुत हद तक अपना साइड पे कंट्रोल कर सकता है बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है सर
सॉरी फिर से बताइए.
हाँ सर वो जो बिहेवियर कंट्रोल है ना वो बिहेवियर अगर चेंज कर सकते हैं
बिहेवियर.
तो
हाँ हाँ हाँ,
जी
वो
जी
जो
जी
बिहेवियर कंट्रोल है ना वो तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पे आ जाएगा. सो जब मैं सुपरवाइजिंग बोल रहा था ना,
अच्छा
बिहेवियरल का
अच्छा
भी वो सुपरविजन में आएगा. इट विल फॉल अंडर एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव कंट्रोल्स.
ओके
या.
थैंक यू
Okay, thank you. So here we have 40 seconds. I'm stopping here. We can continue in the session after the break. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, we can ask.
Hi, sir.
Yes, go over then.
Hello. Sir, actually, what is the difference between damage and hazard?